Hello everybody. I'm out here this afternoon with a broad selection of equipment. I have my little Neo with me, I have my Avata with me, and I have a new addition, which is the Air 4 mounted on a Flytimes 85. So the purpose of this is not to show you my drones, it's to show you an alternative to flying FPV with goggles on. As we all know, there's a limitation that says that you have to be able to fly within line of sight. So you're not allowed to fly beyond line of sight. So the thing the goggles cause is that obviously you can't see out. I think I found the solution. And here it is right here. The solution is, these are X-Real Pro 2 glasses. They connect to your phone or your laptop. In fact, if you want a simulator and you want to wear something like goggles, these work for that too. So you can put these on, and I've already tried it. The experience is very similar to flying with goggles. I'll do a video about that, how to connect it up. There's a special lead that you need, and I'll provide you the details of that as soon as possible. So basically, you fly it just the normal way that you do with the standard manual controller, and you have your goggles turned on, and you connect your phone wirelessly to the DJI Fly app, and then you can see here. I'm here today because I want to test out the latency, any latency that occurs, because that is my one concern with this. But the nice thing about these glasses is that if I put them on, I can see a screen here, and I have perfect visibility of everything that's around me. And I can actually make the image as it appears in front of me translucent in many, many steps, down to a point that I'm comfortable that I can both see the content of the screen, and also I can see everything around me and maintain visual line of sight with my aircraft. So that's the aim today. I've seen some people do this with the regular remote, but obviously that's not the real challenge. The real challenge is, as an FPV pilot, how do you fly if you're on your own? And I think this gives us that alternative, because you have clear visual line of sight. I can see it. I can see a bird over there. If I put the glasses on, I can see the bird just as easily. So there is no difference, right? And if the CAA are allowing fighter pilots to fly with effectively the same technology in front of their eyes, then I see no reason why it shouldn't be perfectly okay to fly single pilot FPV, and instead of goggles, wear these. I'm very interested in the discussion that follows this, and I may actually share this video with the CAA just to get some feedback from them on this. This is what I think is a very constructive way to a very limiting challenge that FPV pilots currently have. The resolution is identical in here as it is to the goggles, so it's 1080p, 1080p in here as well. So without further ado, let's chuck it up in the air, and I'll start to give you some feedback on the latency that I can see and what I am aware of. I've tried it on the phone using the wireless link to the phone and waving my hand in front of the drone and seeing what the delay is. There is a mildly perceivable delay, but I certainly don't think, for gentle FPV and for more cinematic flying, I think it's fine. Obviously, you're not going to be able to use these if you want to go doing some serious bando bashing, but just to get out and to fly around some trees and to fly around some countryside, I think it's going to be more than good enough. So, without further ado, let's see how we go. Okay. So, as you can see, my Avata is sitting over there. My goggles are here on the floor. No wires, nothing. Just please make a note of that. Just a little side note, make sure you put your goggles eyes down, because it's quite a sunny day today, and I certainly don't want to burn the screens, because I would absolutely regret that. The only thing I need the goggles for is that I need to just switch over to, I can see on the screen what's on my goggles right now. So if I go to status, and I was flying my Neo, so now I'm going to fly my Avata. So I'll just select the Avata, switch, and by the magic of technology, I should be able to see a lovely image of my Avata. And I have to say, what I can see in the screen is pretty much the same as I can see within my goggles. Feels very comfortable. The nose pads are nice and squishy. So let's see. Switch into manual mode. Okay. There's lots of bugs under this tree. It's not very pleasant. Okay, so let's start the motors. Okay, motors are started. Okay, this is quite doable. The lag is quite manageable. It's quite a windy day today, unfortunately. So, and I can see, I can looking at the drone right now as it's flying by. And I can see what's coming out of the camera, so I can see both things at once. It's really quite successful. So let's just pause it, back into normal mode. All right. So I'm going to try and increase the brightness of the screen and see how. Let's just see now how can I. There we go. Okay, so it's over here. It's pointing at me at the moment. So if I wave, I can see the drone. It's right there. In fact, I'm going to bring it over here a little bit. Here it is. It's in normal mode at the moment. So let's bring it over to me here. Right. So as you can see, I can see it. It's there. It's right there, and I can see there's a tree over there. I can see that there's a gap in the trees over there. I can see there's some birds flying out over the field over there. And if a plane came by, I could absolutely see it. And more importantly, I can see exactly what's on the screen. So let's go back into manual mode again. Okay, we're in manual mode, flying around. This works really, really well. I think I'd have to practice with it a little bit before I start shooting any gaps, for sure. But this is quite doable, gotta say. Just going behind those trees over there. Okay, oops, let's lift it up a bit so I can keep my line of sight. Let's fly up the runway. Turn around, see those people there. Hi. My wind velocity, I can see a warning on my screen. I can also see the drone, it's just there. This is absolutely doable. So, I've got some visitors coming now. So I can see them, I can see the drone. Hi everybody, how you doing? So I have complete visibility, I can see everything. I can see the drone over there, I'm looking at it, and I can see the image right in front of me of what the drone is seeing. I think this is a win. Now, these things are quite reasonably priced. They've had a big price drop recently on Amazon. I picked mine up. I managed to fool myself. It was a little bit of something for my mental health, and frankly it is. In fact, I'm going to bring it over here. Let's see if we can get her to make an appearance. There she is. Smile for the camera, Avatar. Okay, so I'm just gonna land this and then we'll try the next one, which will be the flywood. So let me just land this. Okay, so I can tell you that was a bloody success. So let me just rejig and then I'll join you back again. And I know it's a windy day, but we'll stay quite low. Let's see how the 04 air unit goes through these goggles. Shouldn't really be any different. I mean, the 04 unit is the same as this, right? So I'm not expecting to see any difference at all. Oh, by the way, for those of you with the FlyTimes 85, I've designed this new buffer, if you can see that, and I put the GPS unit right in there. Because otherwise the GPS unit sits right below the transmission antennas and I just get the feeling that that's not good. So by mounting it here, it's slanted towards the sky, so it's going to see more satellites. I will put a link, I did this in Thingiverse, I'll put a link to it, so if you want to 3D print it in TPU, or if you contact me, I'll see about printing you one. If you just cover my costs, it's yours. So I will talk to you again in a little bit when we go and fly this little puppy right here. Okay, so I'm back. Here's the FlyTimes. Let me just take it out of fail-safe mode. It's in angle mode. So, oh, whoops, that's not good. Don't try and take it off when it's sitting on grass. I'll sit it on top of my Avata battery box. How about that? Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. It just works. It's amazing. Oh, you can see it perfectly. I can see the ground, I can see it. I'm looking at it and I'm looking at what's coming out of the camera. So let's fly down the field a bit. It's a bit sinky, this one. It's very funny. I like it. It's great. And the 04 works fantastic on it. But I've got to play with that throttle curve a little bit because it seems to, see, I've got the 1000 milliamp hour batteries in it at the moment. And you know, I'm not really that happy. It seems to lose power quite quickly. So, okay, so we can confirm that the 04 air unit works just well. There it is. I can see it flying by. Just flying over the landing strip there. It's quite good, isn't it, Reg? Do you like it? Yeah, see, told you. All right, so let's bring it back in again. Here we go. Coming back in. Okay, and we landed. So that worked pretty well. So just the Neo to try now. I think what I will do is include something in here. I'll go back to my desk, my studio, and then I'll go through this in detail about how to connect and what the issues are, and also how to connect it to the simulator. So I'll just rejig for the final step for the Neo, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so finally, it's a little Neo time. It's a bit windy, but I'll keep it down relatively low and I'll just fly in sports mode for a little bit because, you know, this isn't about FPV, this is about can I see? And here we go. Start the motors up. Say hi to the lovely people. Say hi. Okay. Okay, let's go. So again, I can see the drone, I can see the camera flying out. There it is over there. Now I can see around me perfectly well. Okay, let's rip it a little bit with the Neo. Let's see. In sports mode, what can I get? Oh, what sort of speed can I get? Let's see. 9 miles an hour. Yeah, not too impressive. It's quite windy. It's got quite a bit of bank on it, that's for sure. So let's bring it down a little bit. So again, there she is. She's over there. So let's bring her back in again. We'll fly her. Hello, there we go. Poor little Neo, having a hard time in the wind. But, okay, so, let's just bring it back here. All good, no crashes, that's a good start. So, yeah, it's quite a lot of innovation in here, and let's not forget there is an added advantage when your family want to watch, oh I don't know, Big Brother, then you can put these on and you can just watch whatever you want and find yourself some ultimate zen and peace. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the studio now and I'm going to go into a bit of technical detail. There's a couple of things you need to know to be able to do this, and we'll just go through those. And hopefully this has been an informative video for you. So I will see you soon. Take care. So I just finished making all the videos and I thought I'm just going to go and watch a bit of YouTube, sit in the car, and this little DJI Mini comes by and flown by this guy. And I did a bad thing. I put some FPV goggles on him and it's never going to be the same again. Isn't that right?
That's true. I want to buy one now.
See? It's just a terrible thing. You just have to show people how good it is. Take care. Bye. So here we are back at the studio, and so these are the glasses that I was wearing to fly, and you'll notice there's a couple of things I just want to point out. You'll see in here the prism that actually takes the micro LED display, which is at the top here, one in each side. It gets projected down into this prism, and then so it goes down and then towards your eye, but also the light can come straight in from the outside. So basically it's mixing the two streams of light together. It's very light, it's very comfortable. There are only two controls. There's a little button here, which allows you to adjust electronically the darkness of the lenses. And this is a rocker button right here, plus and minus. It does two things. You can adjust the volume because there are speakers here if you want to listen to something. And then the other mode is it will adjust the brightness. Now for brightness, view that as transparency. Okay, so the less bright it is, the more transparent it is, and the more that you can see the outside world through the image. So, you know, this is what you will adjust when you want to fly FPV, because you want to be able to see not just the feed from the goggles, but the advantage of this is you can still see the outside world. So you just mix the two together to something that's comfortable and that you can deal with. Okay, so let me just show you that it's really, really simple to do this. You just basically plug it in, right, with the USB connector, which they've got a nice connector here. It's angled slightly so that it actually fits well onto your eyes. And the app, the Nebula app, which you download, it fires up. And if I just switch to the Nebula app, you'll see what's on it. So there's AI Space and AI Casting. AI Space is not suitable for FPV or anything like it because it moves, your head moves and the image stays still, which is not what happens in FPV. AI Casting is what you actually want to use. I've defaulted it. You can set up in the settings, you can set it to default to what you want, but AI Casting is the way to go. And when this starts up, you get this thing called the touchpad, and it's a screen that looks like this. And basically, it is exactly what it says on the tin. It's a touchpad. So in the glasses, if I go into the glasses, then I just use this touchpad. Let's just turn it so that it's facing me. And what I'll do is you get the other option as well. You can start a screen recording. So I'm going to actually start recording this, and then I can overlay it so you can see what I'm about to see as I put the goggles on. And when I go into there, I've already started the DJI app in here. And so if I start up my goggles now, the goggles starting up, and I will start my Neo up. There we go. Okay. So if I take these off for a second and I just go to look into my goggles, I can see the Neos there. Now, one thing I do have to do is, if you do the pull down on the menu in the goggles, you'll find the share live view to mobile device via Wi-Fi. Turn that on, because that's the link, the Wi-Fi link that you're going to use to connect the phone to the goggles. So I've done that. Now, when I go into the app here, I should find this is going to connect the DJI Fly app to fly the Neo manually. We don't want that. If you go in, you'll see that DJI Neo is detected one other device. All right. So the other device that you can see here is the goggles. Don't click on that one. Click on that one. Okay. So it will connect to the goggles. This does take a little while, but it will connect to the goggles. Okay, I don't know why it's gone there. Let's just go back. Right, so it says goggles reconnected. So now if I say to go fly, what I should see is the goggles view. And sure enough, there's the goggles view. And even to the point where that menu that I had is still showing. So I'll take that off. So that's the Neo. That's what the Neo can see. And this is the view from inside my glasses, right? So I will do, I'll take a quick picture of this here, my screen, and I'll try and show you what it is that the Neo can see. But what I will do is I'm just going to basically change the little camera setup here. And I can show you, if I hold this, there's a little light sensor here, see? If I hold this in, you can see that's what I can see inside. Okay? So you'll get to see this. And so just to prove it's not a gimmick, I'll move the Neo. Okay, and there we go. So it's really that simple. Okay? As I said, I flew this yesterday. So if I kind of hold this up to my monitor here, you can see through it. Yeah? That's because I've turned the brightness down. Obviously, if I turn the brightness right up, then you wouldn't be able to see. So that's pretty much it. I was going to do in this video about using it for the simulator, and I've tried it with Uncrashed. I've tried it with Liftoff. I've tried it with Trip. It works with all of them. I mean, all this basically does is this tells whatever you connect it to that it's a monitor. So pretty much anything you can connect a monitor to, you can connect this to, and it will just act like a monitor. So it's very, for what it gives you, I mean, I have a partner who, let's say, doesn't always want to come and fly be my observer when I'm flying FPV. All right. So I think, as I said, I think this is a viable alternative to that. Obviously, the law is the law, but I'd like to get some engagement from those nice people at the CAA to see that this is a pragmatic solution to a problem. Plus, I maintain that if you're an FPV pilot, the difference between FPV pilots and camera drones is I can hear an aeroplane long before I see it. And with an FPV drone, I can have that drone on the ground within 5 seconds, right? Even if it's at the highest altitude, I can get it on the ground in 5 seconds. Try and do that with a camera drone. You just can't do it. They don't respond that quickly. So I would argue that an FPV pilot flying an FPV drone is actually safer than a camera drone pilot. I'm sure I'm going to get some interesting comments on that, but I will try and do a test with one of my friends. I'll get him out with his camera drone and me, and if an aeroplane flies by, let's see who can get on the ground and safe more quickly. Guarantee it will be me. So that's it. I've put links to the glasses. I've put links to a few other items that I use in the description below. If you want to connect it to the PC, I also put a link in that. There's a very specific cable that you need to be able to connect this to your computer. I had the biggest difficulty with it, but as soon as I got this cable, I just plugged it in and it all just magically worked. So I now can plug this in. It appears like another monitor. So on your computer, when you right click and say show display settings, instead of, I've got 3 monitors here, physical monitors. And when I click to display, it shows as a 4th monitor. So all I have to do is start up whatever simulator I'm using and put it on that screen, the screen that is missing from the 3 that are sitting physically in front of me right now, and I can fly. And the image that I see is just perfect. So that's it. I hope you found it useful, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Take off.